I'm a dad. I'm a dad. D-A-D-D-Y. 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 I'm a dad. Dad. I'm a dad. D-A-D-D-Y. 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 I'm a dad. All right. And we are back.
Show the guns.
Oh.
A special occasion.
Yeah, no big deal there.
No big deal.
All right, welcome back.
The weight of fatherhood.
Yep. As you saw, today's topic.
Dad Bods.
Dad Bods.
Dad Bods. You
What?
got one?
I got one.
I got one.
Yep, I got one 3 times.
Three times. Three
So,
times.
3 times the Dad Bod.
I love that.
Yeah. Before we get into today's topic, let's talk about this week's That Goes on the Podcast
That
moment.
goes on the podcast.
Yeah. So my son, for me, we were on our way. We were at Meyer, checking out, headed out. I know I've raised some pretty solid kids to follow the rules. So we get to the street. You know, they know to look both ways. So
All right.
I'm walking. I obviously am looking both ways. I see there's no cars. My son goes, "Stop." I said, "What?" He said, "There's a car." The car was probably 6 aisles down. It wasn't even close. I said, "Okay." He goes, "I just saved your life." And meant it. I was like, "All right, good job checking both ways, but whatever." But I'm just glad to know my teachings are working.
Yeah,
that,
I guess.
you know, they're thinking 6 aisles ahead.
He's going to be a crossing guard. It's going to be great.
Yeah. high hopes there. Big dreams.
So my moment. We have, I don't know if bath time looks similar or dissimilar to you in your household, but mine is, because we have all boys, we shower together. All the boys just hop in our tiny little shower and we get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as big of a deal when it was just me and my first son. Now that it's my second, I'm kind of like juggling kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so we were in the shower like 2 nights ago, and
Yeah.
I'm washing his baby brother, and my son just looks at me and goes, "Dad," he sticks out his butt. He goes, "Wash my butt for me." I said, "No, I taught you how to do that so you can wash your butt."
Yeah.
He goes, "Just wash my butt for me, Dad." And I was like, "No." And then, as if on cue, his little brother, who's in my arms above him, because our shower is this big,
Yeah.
just pees on him.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, if this isn't dad life, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And he's just like over there like, "Ah, he peed on me."
So it sounds like he's ready to go solo then.
Yeah. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that. You could have showered by yourself, man. You're the one who wanted us to join you.
That might be the breaking point.
I hope so.
For him to turn it around and go
Yep.
take his act solo.
Yeah. I'll never have to wash another butt. Well, that's probably not dry.
Not true at all.
No.
Very
Oh, well.
nice.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what's going on the podcast this week. So we'll get into it, Dad Bod. So can you define Dad Bod for us?
Yeah. So I think dad bods have 2 parts. The first one is obviously the dad part. So you cannot claim to have the dad bod if you are not a dad. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a child. You could be like a father role to someone or something like that. You have to have some claim to the dad part of this word.
Yeah. Where
Okay.
the whatever it is you're taking care of, child,
Yeah.
stepchild, whatever, is
Yeah.
going to affect your overall life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. There has to be a premise to get into this, elite club that we're in.
Very true.
The second part is the bod is recorded from child to child. Okay, you cannot have a dad bod before you have the child. So after you have a dad bod, we start looking at, what did I look like before? Remember when I could run the 40 in like 4.4, and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
on the couch watching other people do it? Like, that's the transition that we're looking at.
Yeah, I don't remember running the 4.4, but yeah, I do remember running.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I'm gonna tell my kids I did. And,
Yeah.
it
They,
doesn't
they
matter.
don't know no different.
Yeah, my kid doesn't even know what 40 is.
Yeah.
So he can count to 30.
Yep, only 40 I'm running as a king cobra.
There you go.
Anyway,
go.
so let's talk about it then. Pre-dad bod, right?
Pre-dad bod.
What were you doing pre-kid, right?
Right.
What did you look like? What type of activities? What did that routine look like before that kid?
Oh, all right. So I will admit that I am late to the weightlifting game.
Okay.
Okay. In the sense that before my son, I primarily just ran.
Okay.
I ran a lot. I played soccer.
Hmm.
A lot of cardiovascular health going
Okay.
on here. So I
Yeah.
was very skinny. I probably weighed like 150 pounds or something like that.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And so after I had the kid, it changed, but that's basically the only exercise that I got. I didn't like going to the gym. It was very uncomfortable for me because I felt uncomfortable about my body.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you just kind of have to take that first step.
Right.
What about you?
So for me, I was super active before the kid. I was running track. I joined the military. I was in great shape. I had a 6.5 pack. I mean, I was doing the thing,
Which
right?
side was the half on?
It kind of changed depending on the day.
Nice that. I like
Yeah.
that.
So I was very active. I played all kind of sports, recreational. I mean, you remember back in the day, we used to play ultimate
Oh my
frisbee.
God, yes.
Those good old
The
days.
MVP pick was always to pick Josh because he was taller, he could out jump and outrun everyone. It was
Yeah,
great.
I was MJ of
Oh yeah,
ultimate frisbee at the
yeah.
time, but I was probably at that time I was 185 pounds. So
Oh,
this is 20-year-old, 21-year-old, and
no knee problems, no shoulder
nothing.
problems, no back problems.
Exactly. Lifted weights, ran basketball, everything you could think
Yes,
of, right? Pre-kid. But I had my first kid at 21, turning 22, and that's when stuff starts to change.
yes, it does change very
Yes.
much so. So, what did you? What happened? What changed?
So it's not drastic. It does take time, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the obvious aging, you're going to change. Your body's going to change, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No.
We're talking about the habits and the things that change based on having that kid.
Yeah.
The number one thing for me that I noticed change is going to be pretty much accurate for anybody's the activity level, right?
Especially right after they're born.
Right after they're born. I don't know if you know, and if you have a gym membership or you did the gym or whatever, they don't take newborns. A lot of gyms,
No.
they got to be at least 6 or 8 months, right?
Yes.
They got to be older. So that first 6 months, you're not going to be able to go to the gym unless you have a babysitter or mom keeps them or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. That alone, if you're a 5 day a weeker, is going to throw you off.
Yep.
So I already dropped my workouts probably to 2-3 days a week based off of just the first one being born.
Availability, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I mean, if you're not lucky enough to have a gym that has childcare, because I know like Gold's Gym usually doesn't have them, and like
Mhm.
there's some other ones that don't even offer childcare, then you're just SOL unless your significant other is willing to watch the child.
Yep.
And that is a good way to just turn fab into flab. You just
Very
become
true.
a couch potato.
Very true.
And you're right, it is gradual. You don't know
Yeah.
at first, like you're like, I feel fine, I feel fine. And then the
Mhm.
next time you go back to the gym, you're like, what happened to me?
Yeah, yeah. So that activity level definitely drops. You don't do the same things you had done before.
Right.
On top of that, not just having the time, but the energy, right?
Oh yeah, because
How,
you're
how often are you sleeping now? Like,
right
what's your
now.
yeah?
I think I get on average like 4 hours of sleep a night,
Okay,
which
so
is really good. I
that's
feel
not
like,
bad for a
yeah.
newborn.
My first one was not like that. I got less than that.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, you lose a little bit of sleep, even if it's just like you're used to 8, you get 4.
yeah,
You go from, oh man, I can get to the gym today, to being like, why isn't the day over yet?
yep, yeah. And that's crazy. And if your parents, you understand. If you say 4 hours of sleep, you're talking premium at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
felt
know,
great today when I woke up.
that's it's. Don't take it for granted. That is
No,
that is good hours right there.
good. That's good hours right there.
So when you have that, 4 hours sleep, or you're running on less than that, and you finally do get a window,
Mhm.
do you really want to go work out?
Yeah. What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
Like, you get an hour and a half to yourself.
Hmm.
Is it really going to be spent feeling like you haven't been to the gym in your whole life?
Yeah. And there's days, seriously, you go to the gym, it's like, you know what? I'm not squatting today based off the fact that I might have to squat down
Yeah, yeah.
and pick up a baby, pick up toys, carry, those kind of things really come into account.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I really commend you, gentlemen who have kept your routine and you can float through it and keep it the same. That's commitment.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
yeah. And it takes a lot of it. That's exactly what it is. It takes commitment. You have to
Yeah.
want to be in the gym. But you know what? Dad bods aren't always about looking like this
Hmm.
or looking like this.
Sure.
And if you don't look like that, that's okay, right? Like if your routine is not, I'm going to the gym 5 days a week, that's okay.
Yeah.
You still have your dad bod. You got the ticket, the golden ticket, the
The
little
golden
baby.
ticket. Yeah. I'll tell you another thing too that goes with the change that leads to a dad bod
Mm-hmm.
is your diet.
Yeah.
So I cook a lot and I tend to, cook decently as far as getting balanced meals and things of that nature. When you have kids, they don't want a balanced, healthy meal.
They don't want anything that
Yeah.
you want.
They don't want nothing you want. So if they want McDonald's and you have no reason not to get it for them, you ain't gonna go through McDonald's drive-through, order 3 meals for them, and you drive off empty-handed. That shit don't happen.
I've tried. I
It
have
does not.
tried. I've gone into the drive-thru thinking, all I need to do
Yeah,
is get a Happy Meal, and then I
yeah,
leave, and I'm like, where do all these
yeah.
cheeseburgers come from?
It's impossible. And you know where they get you, right? You're making that order. You're standing strong. Give me 3 Happy Meals,
Yep.
fries. I want the 2 and apple slices, and you're ready to go. And you're about to pull around, and then they say,
Anything else?
"Would you like anything else?"
Oh, yes, I do. I do.
Hey, your nature kicks in. You're like, give me that McChicken. That throw it on in there. You can't. It's undefeated.
It isn't. I mean, they are 101 to me right now.
Yes. So depending on what your kid's diet is, yours is typically going to follow.
Yeah.
It's not convenient to make 2 separate meals and things like that. It's just not. So you are gonna kind of shit on your diet a little bit.
Yeah, I think convenience is the word that you hit that makes the most sense. It's like if you're cooking dino nuggets for your child that takes a minute and a half, are you going to spend 35 minutes trying to cook a meal while they're also refusing to eat the dino nuggets that they asked for? Like, no, I really what I wanted, Dad, was I just wanted to eat some broccoli or something. Like they'll throw some random thing at you, and you'll be like, I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
So you settle for convenience.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. So, and the thing is too, so a lot of time dad bod usually goes to the conversation or the idea is weight gain.
Mm-hmm.
Very common for most of us, not a big deal. Are there any other physical changes that you've noticed since having kids that may be related to kids, maybe not be, but you noticed it?
Oh yeah. Let's see. The bags. Bags never go away. I could sleep for 2 whole days and I would still have this little dark circle under my eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone and it'll never go away. Let's see. I definitely have gray hair, and I'm not sure if that's for my wife or for my kids.
It's a twofer.
Yeah, but it is life choices that I made.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I would say that there's like maybe hair loss or something like that, but I didn't have a lot of hair to start with, so like what was there was already
what was
away.
left.
Yeah, they took my
for
dignity.
Sure.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I got my first gray hair this year. A little bit of stubble there, and it's my first one. So I will say it took the third child to finally get that gray hair to bloom.
Good for you.
But I have seen others that immediately
premature gray, like 24,
it's a
25,
different person.
Like, ooh, salt and pepper. All right.
I'm like, why are you using a filter in real life? Like, what the fuck happened? But it
pasty and dead, man.
Yeah, and it ranges through. Stress does change your physical appearance as well. I mean, it's all connected. And what brings you stress more than kids?
Yep.
I mean, that's just part of life. But that's kind of that is dad life. So as we were saying before, though, I mean, it's inevitable. It's nothing you've done wrong.
No,
it's nothing to be insecure about.
No.
Well, the crazy thing is, too, I don't know if you've noticed. I noticed that a lot of grandparent age, and when I say grandparent, right, their kids are more adult.
Yeah,
they're in better shape than they were when their kids were.
Oh yeah,
younger, right?
And then they like to joke. They like to joke about like, oh, having kids keeps you young. I was like, well, it did for you.
Yeah,
but it helped me skip the middle years to get to your age. I guess I don't know. Like maybe when I'm grandchild aged or grandparent aged, I'll look better than I did when I was pre-child aged.
Yeah, I guess that's at that point, we're not there yet, but you get back to doing what you love, you get that time back, that independence, those kind of things. But in the middle, it is what it is. You take that bod and give your kid whatever they need.
Yeah, the way I think of it now is like I've just accumulated all of these like not injuries, but like life events with my children that just kind of change what my body is now.
Yeah.
Right? Like I got back pain from carrying little babies around and like got knee pain and from lifting kids up and stuff like that. It's part of growing up, I guess.
Yeah. I think the one thing we failed to mention, probably the leading cause of dad bod, definitely help fast track me to dad bod, is the beer.
The beer.
It's
the one a day.
Yeah. For you pre-dads, whatever you drank prior to kids, go ahead and throw a double on that.
Yeah.
All right.
And it will affect.
It will affect. I mean, it's not so much even just the stress all the time.
No.
There's a lot of times of boredom, right? You can't always leave the house, or it's just more convenient maybe to just sit in your garage in the basement and drink a couple beers to relax, as
Yeah.
opposed to, like we were saying, I got that hour. Am I really going to run to the gym?
Right.
Like,
Right.
it happens. I mean, it's very common to drink. And if you could find something to offset that and not necessarily use that as your relaxation or whatever,
Good for you.
it can make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not. It's still comparable, right? It's still
Mhm.
better than going out to like the club or something like that, because that's
Right.
not what you're going to do with your 1 hour of time either.
Correct. Right.
So 2 beers, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hate yourself for it.
Yeah. Yeah. 2, 3, 20. It is what it is.
Yeah.
No.
I think the ultimate goal with
Yeah.
Dad Bod is to be okay with the Dad Bod,
Mhm.
right? No matter what shape it is.
Yeah.
You know, if you look
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you're happy,
Yeah.
then congratulations, you've achieved Dad Bod.
That is one we'll all strive for, but I'm going to strive pretty slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
One at a time. So, all in all, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Did you adopt a dad bod?
Did you?
Did you stay strong? If you stay strong, give us some tips, man.
Yeah,
But leave it in the comments. Let us know so we can pass that along.
absolutely.
All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.